Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to talk about Qatar's air defense. Now this has been in the news quite a bit lately, and while there's been a lot of discussion about it, what I wanted to do was offer a purely technical analysis of what Qatar has in terms of air defense, because I think that there is a lot of misconception about how air defenses work and what it takes to really cover an entire nation's airspace. So let's get started. Recently, we've seen some footage of the Qatari Emiri Air Force SF-15s and Rafales operating alongside US Air Force aircraft in the Persian Gulf. Now, if you want to learn more about those aircraft, we actually did a video on them already, which I'll link down below. In that video, I discussed their capabilities and also the nature of the conflict in Yemen. But in this one, we're going to focus specifically on what Qatar has in terms of air defense and whether or not it would be possible for them to defend their entire airspace against multiple enemies. Now, before we jump into that, I just want to take a second to thank our supporters. You guys help us make the best content we can. So thank you so much for your support. And if you guys want to support us, you can find the links down below. Now, the first thing that we have to look at is what sort of threat that Qatar may face. Now, because this is a purely technical analysis, we're not going to get into the geopolitics of the situation or any sort of likely course of action. We're just going to assume that Qatar will likely face an attack from multiple sides simultaneously. And when we say multiple sides, we mean both coming from the air and from the ground. From the air, an attacking force could use standoff weapons. These are weapons like the Joint Direct Attack Munition, JDAM, where you have a bomb, usually 500 or 2,000 pound bombs, which are essentially normal bombs, right? They're dumb bombs. But what you add is a guidance kit to them that allows them to be used in precision-guided mode. What this means is that the plane can fire it and then essentially loiter out of range, and then the munition will navigate to the target autonomously. This effectively gives the jet an extended range. It can stay well outside of the range of the target's air defenses and still hit the target. The other type of weapon that they could use are smaller cruise missiles. These could be things like the Tomahawk missile, or in this case, it would probably be the equivalent of the Turkish TB2 drone. These are smaller flying wing type of drones that fly very low to the ground and give the appearance of sort of being a bird. They're very difficult to detect by radar, especially when they're flying at low altitudes. The next aspect is electronic warfare. Electronic warfare can come in various forms. It can be jamming signals or spoofing signals. That basically means deceiving a defender into thinking that something is happening when it is not, or masking the signature of an incoming threat. All of these complicate air defense because they introduce deception and noise into the data that the air defense systems receive. Now that we know what the attacker has, we can go on to see what the defenders have. So Qatar has a fairly modern and capable fleet. Their key assets include the F-15 QA Eagle, which is an advanced variant of the F-15. It features an active electronically scanned array radar, ASA, as well as a suite of modern air-to-air and air-to-ground munitions. It also has the Dassault Rafale, which is a French multi-role fighter that is also equipped with sophisticated sensors, and notably, the Meteor beyond visual range air-to-air missile. Finally, it has the Eurofighter Typhoon, another 4.5 generation fighter platform that is similarly integrated with advanced radars and weaponry. This collection of aircraft represents some of the most capable non-stealth platforms available on the market today. But just having these planes isn't enough to defend an entire country. You also need ground-based air defense systems. Now, when talking about air defenses, you always hear about surface-to-air missile systems or SIMs. There are many types of SEM systems ranging from the very small, very low-cost ones like the MANPADS, which is like the Stinger missile, that you see being fired from individual soldiers, all the way up to large systems like the S-400. Qatar has several of these, but the two main ones that they have are the Patriot PAC-3 and the National Advanced Surface-to-Air Missile System, or NASAMS. The Patriot is a US system that's been around for a long time. It's designed to intercept and destroy tactical ballistic missiles and aircraft. Now, the PAC-3 is the latest variant of the Patriot. It's designed to counter shorter-range theater ballistic missiles, as well as cruise missiles and aircraft. The PAC-3 uses a hit-to-kill approach, meaning that it doesn't detonate on impact, but instead its job is just to ram into the incoming object and destroy it. The missile for the PAC-3 is called the PAC-3. It's designed specifically for short-range theater ballistic missiles and cruise missiles. The other system that they have is the NASAMS. Now this is a relatively new system that's made by the Norwegian company Kongsberg Gruppen. It's known for its high agility and quick reaction time, and it is very effective at engaging cruise missiles, drones, and aircraft. It's also very accurate. It uses a combination of a high-powered phased array radar and advanced software to track and engage multiple targets simultaneously. The NASAMS is also very flexible. It can be deployed in a variety of locations, and its modular design allows it to be adapted to different mission requirements. So now that we've looked at the offensive and defensive capabilities, let's discuss the operational and strategic challenges. For any nation defending against the types of threats that we've described earlier, it faces immense challenges. Maintaining readiness, sustaining 24/7 combat air patrols to intercept incoming threats is incredibly It requires a large fleet of fighters and immense logistical support to ensure that pilots and aircraft are always available when needed. This becomes even more difficult in a small country like Qatar, which is significantly limited by its geographical constraints. Sensor limitations, detecting low observable platforms or small low-flying cruise missiles remains a persistent technical challenge for all modern militaries. Early warning, relying on external early warning data, is risky. An attack could come from multiple directions simultaneously, complicating early detection and response. Geographic constraints. A small geographic footprint limits the depth for early warning radar systems, making reliance on external early warning data potentially critical. Saturation attacks. Launching a large number of missiles and drones simultaneously can overwhelm air defense systems, making it difficult to prioritize targets. Evolution of technology. The constant evolution of offensive and defensive technology creates a dynamic environment where systems must be continually upgraded and adapted. Despite these challenges, Qatar has taken steps to address them, including investing in advanced air defense systems, training its pilots and personnel, and establishing partnerships with other nations. However, achieving full aerial denial, that is the ability to deny the use of airspace over the country to enemy forces, remains a nearly impossible task for any single nation. In addition to these technical challenges, air defense operations require a high degree of coordination and cooperation between various military branches, government agencies, and allied nations. Effective communication and information sharing are essential for success. The United States offers assistance through agreements such as the 2014 Defense Cooperation Agreement, which provides for joint exercises and intelligence sharing. But ultimately, responsibility for defending its airspace rests with Qatar. So, to answer the question of whether Qatar can defend its entire airspace against multiple enemies, the simple answer is no. It's almost impossible to do that. Even the United States, with its vast resources and technological superiority, cannot fully deny the use of its airspace to enemy forces. The combination of advanced air defense systems, trained personnel, and international cooperation gives Qatar a strong defense. But the reality is that no country can completely prevent its airspace from being violated. The risk of attack is always present, and the possibility of a successful attack cannot be ruled out. So in conclusion, Qatar has a modern and capable air defense network that includes a mix of advanced fighter jets and ground-based air defense systems. However, the technical challenges involved in achieving full aerial denial are immense. The small geographic size, need for constant readiness, sensor limitations, and potential for saturation attacks all pose significant hurdles. While Qatar has taken steps to mitigate these challenges, including investing in advanced technology and training personnel, it's important to recognize the complexity and difficulty of this task. Ultimately, defending against modern aerial threats requires a comprehensive approach that includes strong alliances, international cooperation, and a commitment to continuous improvement. This has been our analysis of Qatar's air defense. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it and learned something new. If you want us to do more of these technical deep dives, let us know. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.